Right, hello there everyone, welcome back to James Redmond TV, and thanks to Liverpool Football Club announcing the Argentinian sensation Alexis Mac Allister officially. Then that means you're getting 2 uploads in the morning. Imagine it. Is it going to be the morning where this gets uploaded? It's 10 past 11, we could squeeze it in. We're also going to be uploading another video today, and we might even do a stream tonight, so it's going to be a stacked day of videos. If you want to check out the earliest video, then that's simply just me talking about the potential Super League that awaits us, with the Saudi League spending a lot of money, but it's just a speculation video. It's just hypotheticals. This one is facts. It's no longer a mystery of whether it's going to be failed medicals and a Nabil Fekir situation, because if you remember, Nabil Fekir, he nearly joined the club, and I always do wonder what could have happened if Nabil Fekir joins, and if he joins, how good he would have been. Because you do think, like, would have it amplified any trophies? Could have it got us an extra cup here or there? It is interesting to think, but who cares? Because now we're fast forwards in time and we've got Alexis Mac Allister. The good thing is it's only 35 million, which has been reported by Fabrizio Romano, which I understand if people sit there and say, oh, it was a release clause, this, that and the other, but you still had to have a team who was willing to pay the release clause, and who's to dispute? For that cheap, there was no other club who was interested in Mac Allister. Let's be honest, this is a good signing because it shows the player chose us. If United was interested, if other teams across Europe was interested, it's really, really encouraging to see a player, a World Cup winner, choose Liverpool, even though they're in the Europa League. And this aligns with Jurgen Klopp's mentality, whether you agree with it or not. At least we know this is a manager's player, because we know Jurgen says if a player wants to leave the club because we aren't in Champions League, then we don't want that player. And listen, I get the mentality. It's like, all right, fight for the badge no matter the circumstances. If you're outside the top 4, I want to see just as much, if not more effort than if we were in top 4. And that's why Mac Allister joining the club in a time like this, where we're not superior, where we're not on top of the world, it is encouraging to see. So it's a quality signing for a very good price. I feel like he adapts to the system well, because ever since Gini Wijnaldum left, I do think you're getting Mac Allister in. It's kind of that little bit of a mixture of what you wanted Thiago to be and then what we've been missing since Gini. And I'm not saying that he's a Gini Wijnaldum type player, and I'm not saying he's a Thiago type player, but he brings a little bit of both worlds. He's Premier League proven. One of the easiest things to improve in the game is your work rate, because it's simply just getting fitter. It's not like you're working on technique, which you've been so used to for years on end. And then not to mention the technique is already really, really good. He's, you know, a flirty player. He's also got some nice passing ability. I'm looking forward to seeing what he can do in the midfield. He's not an amplified goal scorer. He scored 10 goals last season. I believe 6 goals of those were penalties, and he's not going to be on the penalties for us. But who's to say that he can't amplify his assists with improved attackers? Because now he's not just feeding his service into Neil Maupay and friggin' Danny Welbeck. He's now feeding his service into the Mo Salahs of this world, Darwin Núñez, who, based on your perception, is going to be scoring 25 goals next season. So if that is the case, I would expect Mac Allister to be getting on the end of some of those assists. And I do look forward to seeing him in the 8, because he can play the 8, he can play a number 10. So even if we decide to change up the system, or throughout the game we want to play with a number 10, Mac Allister, I'm sure, can play that role really, really well. And I'm excited to see how him and the likes of Gakpo do together. You know, 2 silky players who are, you know, more in tune to want to pass the ball and play a different style of football, because that's just what they're used to. You know, Argentina, Netherlands, they play more fancy football, if you will, opposed to the direct style that we have over here in England. So I look forward to seeing how those players gel together, because I would have been intrigued to see Bobby. Bobby's now gone. Still sad. But Gakpo's now there. He's had a good start. How does he gel in now? You know, it's basically a new team. Diaz has been out for the best part of a year. Let's be real, he got a dead end. He had a little start. But really, he only had that 6-month spell after he joined in January. So you've got Diaz, you've got Núñez, who didn't play as much as we probably would have wanted to see. So the most important thing is keeping these players fit. If we do, I'm excited to see what this squad can achieve and how it can improve together. I'm not sitting here saying it's going to win leagues because we're getting Mac Allister and adding that to the 11, because I have also stood by the sentiment that Mac Allister by himself is not a good signing. Mac Allister with Kone or with Thuram and maybe another midfielder is a very, very good active transfer window where you've solidified one of the most important parts of the pitch. It now makes sure we don't have that break in the build-up play, or that break when it comes to on the counter-attack, because the midfield has just been lacking in those departments in recent times. And we hope with these reinforcements, Mac Allister and whoever else comes in, we'll see that improved team, because Liverpool, with the fact that if we buy a big player like Oxlade-Chamberlain or Naby Keita, we're not a team that can just go out the next year and say, right, this hasn't worked, we need to you know, we need to go out and get someone else. What we saw was Naby Keita's being injured, he could come back, and if Oxlade-Chamberlain stays fit, he could come back. That was the hindrance, and that was the delay of ever replacing those players, because we had the hope that they could stay fit, and if they stay fit, then we would have played them. I don't think that was the right approach, and that's why I'm praying to the Lord heavens that this signing will work out, on a sense that at least Alexis gets given a chance. He gets given a chance to at least play in the team, and that is all I want to see. And I don't know his injury record, I don't think it's that bad, but we all know things can change. And it is the thing about Mac Allister, he's young, he's played a lot of minutes for not only Brighton, but he played for quite a bit when it came to the Argentina game. What I'm trying to do, I haven't got the internet up, I believe he's 24 years of age. I wanted to look at his age there, but that's the fear when we sign a player, is the injury is going to play into account. But if he stays fit, let's be honest, it's not a case of if he goes in the team. And when he goes in the team, let's just hope that he gels in straight away, can chip himself off with a nice early goal in pre-season, so he's got that sort of nice momentum, because even like when Salah came in, he got a goal early on, and Firmino. So I believe now, let's see how this signing goes, and let's be happy with it, because it might not be the Jude Bellingham that you wanted, but it's still one of the hopeful 2 to 3 midfielders that we're going to get. And if we do get another 2 or 3 midfielders, I actually think, let's say it is Kone and Thuram, I think that's extremely optimistic to expect both with Mac Allister, but say if it is those two plus Mac Allister, then I do believe that's actually a better window than getting Jude by himself. Don't get me wrong, there's exciting thoughts about Jude Bellingham and Trent playing in the same midfield, just from a marketing standpoint, but I believe in efficiency, I believe in having options, creating competition, and we know resources. It's got to be realistic. Liverpool don't have the resources to get the Jude Bellinghams and then Thuram's, Kone's all at once. We need to make sure we spread it out and get our signings wisely. And if we got Jude, that means we wouldn't have got the volume of midfielders in other areas. Let me know what you think about this in the comments down below. We've started the transfer window with a World Cup winner, Reds. It's not bad, not bad at all. Anyway, smash a like for Mac Allister. Let me know on a scale of 1 to 10, how good is Mac Allister going to be, and leave your comments and leave a like, because it gets the video more out there. Guys, love to you and your mothers, and I'll see you all in a bizzle. Peace.